Hello, hello, hello. Well, it's day 74, Art O'Clock with Nikki. And we, I mean, Freddie and I, along with several other artists, were painting live today in a town really close to here, Palm Beach Gardens. And yeah, I'm supposed to be doing bookkeeping, but Um, I feel like painting some more. So I thought I would come on here and chat a little while I paint some more. Um, since it's day 74, let me go in here to the chat. You guys say hello if you're here. Let me know you're here. I feel like painting some more. It looks like everything's
I thought I would come on
fine.
here and chat a
I've
little while I
also
paint
got,
some more.
and I'm not even sure. Since it's day 74,
Not
let me
100%
go in
sure. I'm
here
gonna put
to
this
the
on my head.
chat. You guys say hello if you're
But
here.
I think
Let me know that I'm doing a test on Discord, and I'm not even sure. Well, I know that it's working on Discord, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I would turn it on and see what happens. I'm not even sure if it's working. Anyway, this is something new that I'm trying, so you guys can actually talk to me if you have Discord. Discord is basically it's like chatting. We're gonna have a little club members club in there for our tiny friends. And if you're interested in that, let me know. If you have um I'm looking here. I don't even know how to use it. I don't know how to use it. Maybe we'll do it another time. I need to test it out, but I don't know. It says here open voice, but I don't know if that's actually going through there or not. I only have one person on Discord right now, and I don't know if she is available to try to talk to me. So I'll leave it on. I don't know. It says streamer mode is enabled. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's working. You're supposed to be able to do something else in starting virtual cameras if I wanted to put the camera on, but I was reading up about that, also watched some videos, but it is what it is. So, anyway, thought I would paint. Now, we were at the green market, and normally we would be maybe I would be painting like the scenery because it's plein air painting, and that's what you normally do, plein air painting. But I really didn't feel like painting trees because I just did those Friday. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna paint something at the green market. And hello, let me see. Oh,
You're trying to get it to work, I guess.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
In the Discord, yeah. I'm trying to see
Yeah.
if I can hear you in your stream. If I can hear myself
I
too.
think
Let me see.
both are doing both. I don't know. Yay! Let's see if
Want
it
me to get it to
works.
work? Okay, yeah. You can hear me in the stream too. So it
Yeah.
does work. Yeah, but my voice
Yay!
is way louder than yours, so that means that
Really?
on Discord you need to like click on my name, like, and then like it'll be like a little volume thing. Like
Yeah.
right click it, bring
Oh,
the volume down.
use volume. Okay, use your volume. Talk to me.
Hello?
Hello, hello. Everybody, this is Katie.
Okay, well, I gotta go because I gotta finish my work, so I just wanted to let you know it is working.
Yay, it works. Okay, I
All
wasn't
right.
sure if I did it all right or not, but thanks, Katie, for tuning in and helping me out.
Yeah, no problem.
Besties.
All right,
All right,
bye.
bye. Cool. All right. Well, now we know it works. Yay. So that's fun. So anyway, yeah, I didn't want to paint trees at the green market, so I painted. What do you think I painted? I painted cinnamon rolls at the green market. Of all things, for the whole green market, I picked the cinnamon rolls to paint. So I'm gonna turn the overhead camera on. Um, I did my palette today was a deviled egg to go tray. So I haven't used this in a in a while, but it works so good. It's really convenient and you can close it. And the paint inside, I did paint with gouache. These are all the colors I'm working with. And what I think I have to do is just spray it with some water and it will reactivate everything. So the painting it's not finished, obviously, because I'm going to work on it. But it is pretty much the base is all done. I just need to add some highlights and add some low lights, shade, shadows, whatever you want to call them. Just gonna take out. There's brushes on here I don't need. So let's go to the overhead camera now. There's stuff all over my desk, including a laptop that's laying completely flat. So turn up my mic a little. How do I do that? Is this louder? On OBS. It's all the way up. I don't know how else to turn it up. Let me go over here and see if I can right click and go to properties of the microphone. That doesn't do anything. Let me see. Turn it up through the turn input on OBS. Huh. Let me see. Where do I do that? Yeah. I noticed like in playback, like my sound is a little bit lower than other YouTubers. And I'm not sure how to turn that up. It's pretty much ranking on the meter pretty good here on the audio mixer. Let me pull the audio mixer off of there to make it bigger. Let's see if I can find where I can do that. Um, it's active. Monitor on output. Yeah, I can work on it later. I just don't know. Like, I have the mixer open, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I did turn it up on here, but I think that really just changes my volume in my headphones. But I'm not sure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Maybe that changes it. I don't know. Anyway, thanks, Kate. Alright. So, hmm. Big mic's on. That's what I call this. And my the big mic. All right. You guys let me know you're on. Say hello, hello, hello. Let me send y'all a little screaming monster. That's always fun. Where's my keyboard? All right. So, I'm gonna switch down to the tabletop. Hopefully it's all gonna work. We'll find out. Of course not. Why would it work? Let me just deactivate, reactivate. This is, sorry, I'm way down here in the corner. Let me do this one thing. I'm gonna get tied up here. I have to. All right. I have to unplug the camera and replug the camera and then reactivate it. And then it comes on. I don't know. Something weird. Something weird it does. I don't know. Look. I made cinnamon rolls today. Not what you think when you hear somebody make cinnamon rolls. You cannot eat these. Super cute, right? Hello, everybody watching. Thanks for tuning in. Put that over here. So these are the cinnamon rolls. Let me see. I took a picture of these. And it's a good thing I did because they completely sold out. So this is the picture. And these are the cinnamon rolls. So someone had mentioned something on Facebook after I posted something this week about if I paint from a picture. And yes, I do. So it's not exact, but I didn't want it to be exact. I want it to be a little, more artsy kind of feel to it. So there it is. We're going to work on it a little bit. We'll put the reference over here. Maybe I can put it in the screen at the same time you guys can see it. So here's the paint palette. Like I said, it's a tray for like deviled eggs. Funny. It's really funny to use. I also have this laptop sitting here laying flat. So I'm trying not to put any water on that one because that one actually drank an entire glass of tea one time. Crazy, fun story, fun fact. And then a year later, it started working again. So I see that it looks like I'm really blurry. Is it showing? Yeah, I painted that, Katie. It's really fun, huh? Do you see, does it look blurry to you guys out there? Let me know. While I get a drink of water. The juice. Drink. Sorry. All right. So, yeah, I don't know if that's blurry or not for you guys. My one screen shows that it's blurry and the other one doesn't. I guess it's just my TV. It shows it a little bit blurry on the TV, but it looks like it's when I drag that over to the computer, it looks fine. Okay. We're going to go with it. All right? We're going with it. So here it is. Yes. And yes, Katie, I painted that. You see my Alice right here? Fun, huh? So, yeah. And now, normal Sundays, I would be coming on here around 1 o'clock. But today was not a normal Sunday. I'm using a very tiny brush. I might switch them up. I'm trying to make them not go underneath that computer. I don't need that. I don't need this one. Trying to pull out the ones I don't need for sure. These are all the brushes that I usually have in my to-go kit when I paint. Look at that one. Oh, it's such a pretty brush. Look at that. So this is like the whole thing out of the little pouch. So when I travel or when I go to markets and I'm painting live or anything like that, I have all of these brushes with me. I'm just gonna leave out the tiniest ones. Some of them are the exact same. They're like duplicates. They're not the most expensive brushes, so the quality of them are not the best, but they do their job. They paint. Well, I paint, and they work for me. So what I'm going to do, this month of March, I have been using gouache, and gouache is like opaque watercolor. And since this paint has been in here, I'm just going to spray it with the little spray bottle. It's just water. I'm also going to actually spray the canvas a little bit. Now, what I have found, I am not a gouache painting expert in any way. So if you know anything about gouache, leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think about gouache. And yeah, so I'm very new to it, and I really like it. I really, really like using it. So this looks completely different than being out in the sun. We stood probably in the hottest part of the green market today painting, and whew, I actually wore a shirt that said summer because it was really hot. It was definitely like summer. So this brush, just to give you an idea of how tiny it is, it's super tiny. And I'm just going to go in and just touch in some dark areas. I just want some darker value in them. You can't even see that because it's way down there. Let me move the camera down. I don't have to see the paint, right? And I'm painting it sideways for you guys because that's the way the camera is. One day I'll get a boom system put up here. But anyway, so I'm just going to go in and put some darker values on the bottoms of these. And it's a very tiny, tiny brush. And this will give it the look of a little bit more height. So let me see. Can I get y'all in there a little closer? Let's get in there, guys. Come on. Get a little closer. There you are. So this canvas is actually a 5x7. It's canvas board. And I've been testing most of my painting with gouache on these canvas boards. I almost did it on a stretched canvas today, but I just wasn't sure if I wanted to do that or not. So I just stuck with this. And it works out pretty good. So, so yeah. All right. I'm just taking a look if anybody chatted with me. You guys, if you are watching, thank you so much. We are live. We go live every day here on YouTube. And I don't know what the noise was. Look at this tape. I have this camera here taped onto the tripod. You might be able to see it there. I don't know if you can or not. But it's taped on there. So just to give it a little bit definition, I'm doing a really fine dark line across the bottom to make it, I think it's the tape. It keeps doing that. And the photograph looks so much different than out in the sun. That's for sure. I kind of like it better because I can really see it. And I don't paint, like when we're out plein air painting, I don't paint with sunglasses on because I think that messes up the value in colors too much. And I have seen people plein air paint with sunglasses on, and I'm thinking, well, that's gonna look weird, right? So, so yeah, it was pretty bright out. It was slated to rain, but it did not. So I was so happy it didn't rain. It looked like it was going to rain for a little bit, but it just blew on by, and we were like, yay. Because we don't have, like at this event, we don't bring a tent or anything. We just go there with easels, our paint, and supplies, and that's it. We don't, we don't like have any kind of protection from the weather. So so yeah. So that was a little worrisome, but it was fine. It turned out to be a very nice day, but it was hot. So yeah, these are really cute. Maybe I'll do more and more little pastry paintings. I'm loving these. I did take some other pictures of the pastries there at the French patisserie. You could also call it a boulangerie. And yeah, so I might paint a couple more things that they had because they were so pretty. Let me see if I can show you. Um, look at these. These tarts were really pretty. And then they had these are apple tarts and fruit tarts, strawberry, blueberry tarts, croissants. Lots and lots of croissants. All this that you see, they were completely sold out of. They sold everything. They did have some more of this bread left, but look how cool the bread looks. I know there's a glare on there, but we ended up going back and getting I forget how they say it in French, but it was a ham and cheese on baguette. So one thing that I can give you guys a suggestion of. So this is my picture that I took, and I turned it black and white. And this is a good way to start off working on a painting is to take when you're painting from an image, if you turn it black and white, you'll get the light values. So I did that. That's the way I started off. And these are some of the other artists that were there. It's Nancy. And Freddie's painting is. I didn't get a really great shot, but this is Freddie's painting. He was painting a fruit stand. There's a lot more work to do on it, but yeah. So these were some of the other artists that were there that they painted live. I love this. This is actually painted with gouache too. This is an artist by the name of Donna. That was really good. So this is the piece that I made, and that's what I made it from. So that's my reference piece, and they did look really good. I've been tempted to make cinnamon rolls by scratch, like just make them, but I don't know if that's such a good idea. I'm gonna move my image a little bit smaller down here. Yes, I'm painting right in the middle of it. So one thing I have found in my couple weeks of working in gouache, you guys haven't seen all of that here, but it's really, really nice. So if you've ever wanted to try out, I love to try out new mediums. And if you have an idea of something you might want to try out, but you don't want to spend the money to buy all the stuff, let me know. I probably actually have the stuff here in the studio. Um, yeah, and I can do that live on the stream here. So I'm just going in and trying to give it these tiny little lines. I don't know if you can see it. This is super tight. I'm trying to keep my arm out from there because it wants to focus on my arm. And normally I paint from the top down, but for you guys, I'm painting from the bottom up. So it's kind of nice because I can see it on the camera on the TV and see actually where it needs more cinnamon. In this case, brown paint. So just a little bit goes a long ways on here. It doesn't take a lot to do that. But I just thought that maybe this cinnamon in these I had put them in at a pretty dark value, but I needed to change it up and blend it a little bit. So I lifted it and then now I'm taking it back to a darker value. And I need to do like some little shadows underneath here to make it stand up a little bit more. Sort of, maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. And I will go back into the light values again as well to get some more highlights on the tops. So the top of them are really shiny. And I bet they had a nice crisp to them. I should have just bought one. I don't know why I didn't buy one. Well, I was in a hurry to get set up, so that's probably why I didn't buy one. But they really look good. They're also at the West Palm Beach Green Market, the same patisserie. So they're there every Saturday, and then they go to the Palm Beach Green Market on Sunday. So I find it really interesting um, to see the same vendors 2 days in a row, and I give it up to them because it's a lot of work. A lot of work. So, good for them. I don't know if I could do two back to back. like they do, and they work hard. Like, they food vendors, man, they work really, really hard. So, if you are watching, please send me a little chat. Let me know you're here. I see there's a few people on. I appreciate it. I think Katie's on. I don't know who else. And this really tiny brush is so fine. It's like if you need to paint hair, one hair at a time, this is the brush to use. So it's super tiny. So maybe that's starting to look a little bit more 3D for you guys. I need to take that a little wider down there. It's always so scary when you go right to the edge. And this brush is actually bent a little bit. Like the bristles are not standing straight out, which freaks me out when I paint. Trying to get them on there perfectly. There. Alright. That's looking better. Yeah. What do y'all think? It's looking good? That one? You got one? The one I'm looking pretty good. I'll go into this one and do a little bit of the highlight. Now these cinnamon rolls, um, in the sunlight, that it looked really orange. But I think the color mixture that I got today was pretty spot on. It was really close to the colors of the cinnamon rolls. So these are all the colors that I mixed. And yes, there's blue in there because I mixed the blue. And it may have leaked over because I kind of laid this in my bag sideways. So I'm going to go into this yellow color here. It's got some yellow and some oranges in this compartment. So I'm going to grab some yellow. It's not straight yellow. It's yellow and some burnt umber, I believe I put in there. I'm just going to highlight this one a little bit more and try to make it a little bit brighter on the edge. Now, when I painted this today, I was holding it in my other hand most of the time. So, oops. It's only paint, people. It's only paint. Don't mess up. So I actually was literally holding this, painting it, probably 90% of the time. It just helped me get the angles right and have a little bit more control. It was a little windy today, so holding them in my hand was a good idea. Just gonna go and lighten this up a little bit right here. And give it some highlights. These are not exactly like the image that I took. I kind of improvised a little bit with the swirls because getting them exact would have been really difficult. I mean, I guess I can make like a carbon copy of it to make it nearly perfect, but I didn't do that. Oh, my phone was about to go to sleep. So yeah, if you are tuning in live, thanks so much. This is kind of impromptu painting today on the channel. Feel free to chat with me. Let me know you're here. Ask me any questions. I will try to answer them. So, let's take some of that. So I always, if I think that it's a little too bright, I'll take and just touch it with my finger and it will dull it down a little bit. So if you see me touch it like that, then it's just taking down the color a little bit. Boop. Just boop it. Like maybe you want to boop the subscription button. Just give it a boop. Just give your painting a boop every once in a while. Yeah, they look pretty yummy. Yeah, how should I go? That's okay. We have dessert here already. So I do have to cook dinner tonight at some point. We did pick up some vegetables when we were there. We got some peppers and radishes and eggplant. So picked up that. It's gonna be a really weird dinner. Radishes, eggplants, and peppers. That's not what we're eating. I actually don't know what we're eating. I need to go to the regular store. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I want to go to the store next week. Well, I have to because we need to go buy some food. I haven't been to the grocery store in like a couple weeks. And we tend to eat like fresh vegetables like most of the time. And we are out. I was like, should have bought more than what I did, but we went at the very end, and I have to say, this green market is pretty busy considering how much product was left over at the end. So that's really fun. It's really nice to see vendors doing well at markets. It's nice. Boop. Yeah. Still think that needs a little light right there. You have to have the darkness to show the light, but then if you put too much light in there, then poof, that's too much. So the school that I teach at, they're on spring break next week. And it's kind of nice. I don't have to go to the school, but I have another gig. I have spring break. I bring the mobile art studio to a couple parks for the kiddos during spring break in our area get to make art. This is the second year we've done this contract. It's pretty exciting. I'm actually going to, well, I've already done a little bit of filming of what the kids are going to be making on here. I was testing out some stuff, and I will be posting like a tutorial video of that project. So as part of this this year, the contract, we're actually making little to-go kits for the kids in case it rains or something. So, I actually will be putting together little art maker kits for, in total, 40 kids. So I have to do that tomorrow and make a video and go to the store. And I think our friends are coming over tomorrow instead of today. Everybody's really just tired. We usually have our friends over on Sunday night. We either play games or watch something on Netflix together. If I am putting my hand in front of the camera, I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. Yeah. My phone has so many notifications on it right now because I haven't really checked that today. I want to use this one. Sorry. You'll see me spray it every once in a while. Just helps activate the colors. Oh, the cat. What time is it? No, he's early. He usually comes begging for food around 5:30. Even with the time change, he knows what time it is. These cats with internal clocks are crazy. He really knows when it's time. So, if you have a cat, you know what I mean. They have like these internal clocks, and it's crazy. He knows exactly what time it is, and he wants you to feed him right then. I think a lot of animals are like that. They're just on a set pattern. So, maybe I should move it. I don't know how to get that in there for you guys. But anyway, let me know you're here, guys. Ask me something. I can't see the chat, believe it or not. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the view, but this tiny brush is literally this big. It fits in my hand. It's a very tiny brush. I'll turn it sideways. Maybe that's better for you guys. Just trying to bring a darker edge down here. We got these pretty good. Go right there. Oh! Touched wrong thing. So after we have our painting time, we do a little critiquing session with the fellow artist. that are there. And my goal was to paint the outside edge of this, and I'm going to paint it something, but I'm not sure what. And someone suggested that I write words around it. And I kind of really like her idea too. That was from Katie. Katie Dietz, not Katie that's watching right now. But yeah, I really like that idea. And I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to write. Hot buns. Should I call it hot buns? I don't know what I'm going to write, but I'm gonna write something. Maybe I write it in French, a patisserie, because it came from the French bakery there. Yeah, normally I would paint from the top to bottom because you don't want to reach over your painting and smear everything up. So, but this would not be good for you guys unless the camera was like on the other side of it. But I don't think I can make that happen. Yeah, I really, I'm loving gouache. It's so much fun. You can really just go back into the painting and work on it. I love that. It's almost like it's oil. It's definitely not oil paint. It dries pretty quick. But this paint is called gouache. If you are wondering what I'm painting with, if you're just tuning in, it's like gouache. It rhymes with squash. And I'm loving it. I have a series of mango paintings I'm doing. I mentioned that before, I think earlier this week. Mango season's coming here in our area. So I thought, how fitting would it be to do mangoes? And I thought that maybe some people at the market today would have some fresh mangoes, but it's still too early in the season. I mean, there was one person that had mangoes, but they were green, so that was not going to serve my painting purposes. So that was when I first got there, that's what I was like, okay, I'm going to find a mango and or a couple and just buy them and paint those. Kind of like still life, but plein air. And yeah, the mangoes that people had they were just too green still, so it's not quite time for that. But soon, 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 the mangoes are coming. They're on the trees in the neighborhood. And some trees are blooming. Some trees already have fruit. It's very strange this year in the mango world. So we'll see what happens. Mango season usually starts end of May, starts June, July here in South Florida. So everybody's ready for mangoes. Especially here in our neighborhood. Our neighborhood used to be mango farms way back in the 20s and 30s. And I believe across the street, our neighbor, I think that his mango tree must be 100 years old. It's huge and it has good mangoes. So, anyway, this is what painting I am working on, touching up, finishing it up. And yeah, I might call it quits for today. Just for the fact that I need to get ready for dinner. And I don't know if I'm going to stay down in the studio tonight or take the rest of the night off. Because I have so much work to do. I have to have some stuff ready for a meeting as well. That's going to be on Wednesday, so I should just come back down here and work. But maybe I should go upstairs. I want to go in tighter with that one. Let me see if I can move it. It's not this one, it's this one. I got a dark line underneath here. Ooh, it's kind of nerve-wracking. You put these little tiny dark lines on the bottom. It gives it more depth in there. I'm gonna counterbalance it at the top. Make it a little darker. Yeah. This little girl came up and she looked at my photo reference. She's, oh, they're actually orange. I said, yeah. I said, isn't that fun that you can see the color value? So I thought that was really cool because they really have more of an orange tint to them. So I thought it was so cute. She was probably, I don't know, 9, 10 years old. And she could see the value in the color, which was awesome. Then we had a lot of people stop by and say hello to us. Freddie and I were painting side by side. We usually do paint right by each other because one of us will have all the drinks and stuff in our bags. Um, so we tend to stay right by each other when we paint in plein air. But not in the studio here. He has his space, I have mine. He has to stay on his side. Just trying to go in and give these little tiny lines. Anybody ever ask, how much is that painting? And then you tell them a price. And I don't think that most people don't really know how long it takes to actually make a painting. Now, and I find that sometimes making a tinier painting takes a whole lot more time to make a tiny painting than to make a large painting, but most people won't pay you the price for a tiny painting compared to a larger painting. And it literally takes almost the same amount of time to do a little tiny one. It might be a little bit faster, but not much. So I don't know. I don't know that I'm gonna sell this one. I don't know. I thought about giving it away, go back to the patisserie and give it to them as a gift. Maybe they'll give me a cinnamon roll. I'll trade them. We'll barter out a painting for a cinnamon roll. I think they'll get a better end of the deal. Sorry, I got so quiet. Oh, sorry. I didn't talk for a little bit. You might get tired of me talking. When I'm down here by myself and I'm not on live or I'm just working, I tend to just have other YouTubers on watching them or music. A lot of times I have music on a headset here. And I paint almost all my paintings to music. They had a band today. They have a band every green market, but we were so far away we couldn't hear them, and I was like, oh, and it's a really good band. They're a real popular band here called the Killbillies, and there are these three guys that sing these Irish folk music kind of thing. It's real happy, cheerful, good time. So yeah. So I've done some work on these, put a little highlights in, put some low lights in. Freddy's here. Hello. Oh, Onyx is here. He's just like a dog. He just follows us everywhere. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for today. It's not finished. And yeah. So this is the latest painting. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna go to the other screen real quick. And do that. Hello. So yeah. So I'm working on cinnamon rolls. You can't eat these. That's not a good idea. But Freddie has his painting over there. Do you want to show your painting? No, he doesn't want to show it. I'll have to see it another time. I showed you guys earlier a picture of it. But this has been Chat While I Paint, day 74 here on YouTube. We're here every single day. And if you are one of our followers or subscribers, thank you so much. If you're new, consider subscribing, ringing the bell for notifications when we go live. And yeah, pretty soon we'll try to get all figured out with Discord and you guys can talk to me. And everybody else can hear you. So, anyway, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Bye-bye. 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 Good night. Good afternoon. Good morning. Whatever you